You've heard people say that being jealous is toxic, right? So why in the Bible does God call himself jealous? At first, this might sound bad, but what if jealousy is not about control and it's about love? Well, we're gonna look at one verse in the scriptures where God calls himself jealous, and that this is not something that we should run from, but it's something we should rest in. Hey guys, so right away, we're gonna look at the context of the one verse where God calls himself jealous, and we will understand why he calls himself jealous. This verse is out of Exodus chapter 34, verse 14. It says, "For you shall worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God." Well, it's really important for us to understand the context in which God is saying this to Moses so that we can understand what he is referring to. This verse appears during a critical moment in the history of Israel. In Exodus 32, while Moses was on Mount Sinai, Israel made and worshiped a golden calf. In anger, Moses broke the very first set of the stone tablets, and we'll see that in Exodus 32, verse 19. Then Moses pleads with God to forgive the people and keep his presence among them. Then God commanded Moses to carve new tablets, reaffirmed his covenant, and repeated his laws, especially those about worship and idolatry. God's declaration of his name as jealous comes right in this context, emphasizing his demand for exclusive worship and devotion. So God, in this context, is declaring himself as jealous because his people have been worshiping another idol. They started worshiping a golden calf. They weren't fully devoted to the Lord. They weren't fully committed. They weren't following the original design that they were made of worshiping the one true God. So now let's look at the word jealous in the Hebrew. The Hebrew word for jealous in this very verse is koana. Now, that even sounds Hawaiian. I don't know how to say it. But the Hebrew word reveals the nature of God's jealousy. It does not mean petty envy or insecurity. Rather, it expresses zealous devotion and protective love within the covenant of relationship. That's pretty deep. Like, it expresses zealous devotion and protective love within a covenant relationship. Let me give you some meaning and imagery to it. God's jealousy is like a faithful spouse who demands loyalty from their partner. That's like my wife and me being married, but we demand loyalty and one of us decides to go be with another person. And the pain and everything that is felt within that jealousy that I feel like, why are you giving yourself to another man? Why are you giving yourself to lesser things outside this covenant that we have together? Idolatry is therefore seen as spiritual adultery, breaking the covenant bond of love and trust with God. So God fully trusts us. God fully loves us. Mostly people talk about jealousy as being a bad thing, or even to the point of being sinful. But if jealousy was sinful, then God couldn't have jealousy within him because he's perfect. There is no sin within him. So jealousy is not sinful. Jealousy is a reaction of love. Now, in our sinful nature, can we react in ways that are sinful? Yes, we totally can. When God says he's jealous, it means this. It means that he deeply cares about his honor, his people, his relationship with us. His jealousy is a holy passion, not human insecurity. That is super, super profound, because most of our jealousy that we operate out of here on the earth is out of insecurity. God is not insecure. He is passionate and he wants to guard that covenant. And he also knows what we were made for. He also knows we were made for him. So he's jealous for us to walk in our original design. It's a sign of protective love. He will not allow what he loves to be corrupted or destroyed. He is so jealous for all of our attention, all of our heart, all of our mind, all of our soul, all of our strength, so that we are not destroyed and corrupted. He alone is God. This is really important. And this is why God is jealous. He alone created everything, heaven, earth, every living thing. He alone is worthy of our worship and devotion. Because he is the creator of all things, because through him all things exist, he deserves all of our dedication, all of our speech, all of our thought process, all the things that we filled our mind with, every single thing, every ounce of success in our lives. He deserves it. I want to kind of touch modern forms of adultery, because God being jealous really exposes the adultery in our life and where we need to lay things down in order to come back to our original design of giving our all unto the Lord. A modern day form of adultery would be the worship of money, the worship of fame, the worship of success, the worship of pleasures outside of the presence of God, the worship of career, the worship of self-image. I mean, we see this. I used to work in the photography world, and we used to do stuff for Flex magazine and the whole workout industry. And let me tell you what, it was just a worship of the body is really what it was. When we love these things more than God, we provoke his jealousy because he deserves first place in our hearts. God's jealousy and our relationship with him. I want to talk a little bit about that. God describes his relationship with his people as a marriage. He is the husband, his people are the bride. And so he's jealous for his bride, and he wants to remove every lesser lover in our life to have the fullness of us. He wants all of us. Jesus didn't die for half of us, 10% of us, 30%. He died for 100%, 100% de tu vida, 100% of your life. He bought us with his blood, literally. He bought us with his blood. He left heaven for us. He came down, humbled himself, came to the earth for us to get 100% of us. He wants your whole heart, not just partial devotion. And God is fully committed to fulfilling this plan here on the earth. When we chase after success, pleasure, and relationships more than him, his jealousy is stirred, not in anger alone, but in loving correction. Out of love, he may remove things that compete for our affection, calling us back to himself. God's jealousy is not about anger, it's about protection and faithfulness. Because God is jealous, he will never abandon those who belong to him. He will protect his glory and preserve his people, since their salvation honors his name. For believers, God's jealousy is a safe place, the assurance that his love will not let us go. When God calls himself jealous, or the scriptures describe him as jealous, he's not talking about a flaw. He's describing the fire of his love. His jealousy says, you are mine, I made you, I love you, I will not share you with anything that will destroy you. That is amazing. And our response should be, instead of fearing God's jealousy, we should honor God's jealousy, giving him our whole heart, trusting his rule and wisdom, glorifying his name, staying faithful to his love. And there's layers to it. It starts out one way, then you realize how much more you can go deeper in God, and then the onion gets pulled back again another layer, and you realize how much more you can go deeper in God. It's that whole thing of how far will you let me go? How abandoned will you let me be? Like, that should be the actual cry of every believer within their heart. So I want to encourage you guys with this video, don't think about how far can I go before it's too far in God. I want you to change your mindset to, man, God is jealous for all of me. How deep can I go in God, and how much can I discover in God? Because he purchased all of my life, and he deserves all the glory, and he is worthy of me loving him with all my heart, mind, soul, and strength. You can never become too deeply in love with God. Hasta la próxima.